Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
This is Ellen, and that is
Dave.
And we are two curious people who are
removing the stigma from your stinker. And in case you missed it, this is the Hey Poopy Podcast.
Yes.
And we have an awesome episode with the one and only Foxy Belle Afriq, a.k.a. Uncle Freak. And you might have seen them on our Night of 100 Buttholes.
Yes. Some of those people who performed at the Night of 100 Buttholes were guests beforehand, and some of them are now guests after.
Yes.
But better late than never.
For sure.
Well, I wasn't even quite sure if Foxy wanted to come on the show, and she did such an incredible act with her booty song. And then we were like kind of shooting the shit with her, and she was like, oh, I got some epic stories for you. Like this time I dated a guy who had a book of sexy girls making poo.
Right. And if you listen to this episode, Foxy's mom saw that book and was very, very concerned about her daughter and who she was spending time with.
But Foxy had a really great attitude. She didn't yuck his yum, but was also like, if poo is your thing, I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah. She was great. Really funny. You'll hear about her very traumatic experience going to boarding school with the toilets. I don't want to surprise you. I want to leave a surprise for you guys because it's disgusting. And it's kind of informed the rest of her whole life in regards to toilets.
Completely.
Yeah, so.
And she's a mom, so she's gone through little kids' poops. I mean, this woman has been through it all when it comes to...
Yes, she has.
Poop.
I mean, she's fantastic, and we think you're going to really like this episode. We did. We love talking to her, and we can't wait to see her in person.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yes.
And did you ever think that you maybe want to ask a question to a future guest of ours? Well, there's only one place to do it. That's our Patreon.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you want to get this shit book. Who knows?
I want that shit book.
And you want to, but you're too afraid to go Google it, but you want to ask us, and we can ask Foxy, and we'll get it back to you. So it works, there's a lot of give and take.
Well, I tried Googling that shit book, and I couldn't find it, so
I'm sure. They're probably like, why are you Googling this? Did you mean, why the fuck are you Googling this?
Well, I was just curious, because I was like, I mean, I'm never surprised about what's out there, but I'm a little surprised. I'm like, is there like literally an erotica of poo book out there? Like,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
So if that's your thing and you want to ask a question about it, go to our Patreon and we'll get back at you.
Yes, Patreon is a place where if you join, we will follow you back on Twitter. We'll give you a shout out. And some other places we give you a shout out if you don't want to join our Patreon because you just can't swing the cash. You can also leave us a fantastic review on Apple Podcasts, like this amazing review by Clara Coquette. Hilarious and educational, 5 stars. When I first heard this idea, I never expected Dave and Ellen to be able to go on just talking about poop for that long. I know. How many episodes are we in?
A lot.
But each episode just keeps getting better and better as the show goes on. This show is wildly funny and also super educational. And the bonus features like cartoons and stories are incredible. Seriously, go to their site and watch them. This is one of our favorite podcasts.
Nice. Thanks, Clara. Awesome. You too can do that. And we'll read it like we just did. Also, you can leave a voicemail. Yes, we have a number you can call. We have a hotline, if you will. That's 203-998-5579. And we'll play it on this show.
Do you have a fart that you want to send us? Send it to us on the hotline.
Yeah. Or
if you have a shitty story about pooping in your pants and you don't want to come on the show because you want to stay anonymous, write us an email at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com and we will read it on the show. Or maybe you have a suggestion of another kind of guest we should have or a product we should try out.
Or maybe you want to be a guest.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You could be a superstar for like an hour.
Yes.
So
I like to call them fart stars.
Fart stars, poop stars, whatever. All the stars.
Butthead.
You can wind up being on this show and you'll get your 15 or more than 15 minutes of fame.
Yes. And I'm realizing that our little shitty community is growing, but it also is very like pocketed. Like all of our guests seem to know each other some way or another.
Yeah.
People that we're interviewing from like different continents are somehow still connected. So
it takes a village.
Yep.
So, but on to this amazing episode that you're going to love. Foxy Belle Afriq.
Yes.
Talking about poop is hilarious, but we can all agree cleaning your toilet is not.
Enter SpotLess Materials, a startup that revolutionizes cleaning so you spend less time, effort, and money on keeping that bowl clean.
Developed by Penn State University scientists, these coatings are super high tech in their formula but aim to simplify your life.
This new technology cleaning hack has been featured in Scientific America, Gizmodo, Popular Mechanics, NPR, The Economist, and here on the Hey Poopy Podcast.
Save 25% on your order at SpotLessMaterials.com, promo code HeyPoopy at checkout.
The journey to staying clean with less effort starts now when you use SpotLess Materials.
Fartvac is the world's first fart vacuum and filtering system for your farts.
Using a hand air pump with activated carbon filter, Fartvac reduces the stench of your flatulence.
Take responsibility and reduce your fart smells. You can now fart without shame.
Fartvac also makes a great gag gift for those gassy people in your life.
No more pain while fighting nature and holding in gas.
Join the proud movement to embrace your body's natural functions with Fartvac.
Use discount code HeyPoopy for $2 off at fartvac.com or search Fartvac, Fartvac, on Amazon for purchase.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me or about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
We're back, everybody, on this dump day. More fun will ensue.
Yes. Hey, everybody. It's the Hey Poopy Podcast with
Dave
and Ellen. And this is episode 123, but it'll always be number 2 to us.
Crazy.
And before we go into this fabulous episode with one of our favorite people who performed on a night of 100 buttholes.
Yes.
We have the fabulous Foxy Belle Afriq, a.k.a. Uncle Freak, if you watched A Night of 100 Buttholes. Foxy Belle Afriq here!
Yes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Dave and Ellen.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And Foxy, before we like to go into who you are, we like it to go into how you've been pooing. How have you been pooping recently?
It's a mixed bag. Yeah. I have been taking a break from drinking.
Oh.
And I notice when I don't drink, it's perfectly synced.
Oh, okay.
And when I that's what I like to refer to, but I am a tequila person. So after a night of tequila, usually the next day is just havoc in the bathroom. But I haven't had that for a while, which is great. So I think I'm good. My diet is okay. This is a stressful time, so I'm not eating like I used to. But I think it's up there. It's like an 8, I'd say.
Okay. You're talking about out of 10, but did you happen to see our Bristol stool chart by any chance?
I did. Yes, I did. So, you want me to use that?
Yeah, tell us.
I mean, I like 8 out of 10 works as well, but yeah, we for the people, they want to know like where you land on that chart.
Can it be combination?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's combination. I poop differently when I'm stressed out.
We all do.
And yeah, like just diarrhea havoc. And when I'm not stressed out, I will say it's a good this is a hard one. It's a good type 4.
Ooh, that's
good.
the perfect one.
That's great.
Yeah, that's the perfect one. But sometimes it's a 7. I fluctuate between a 4 and a 7, which is, I don't know if that's healthy.
7 is a little more liquidy. That's probably your tequila shit.
Yeah. I would say 7 is liquid.
Yeah, I did a gig last week and I was just like, what the hell? Free drink tickets. And I had 2 tequila shots and the next morning I was sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what happens when you don't drink for a long time. And when you do finally have alcohol
Oh,
in
yeah.
your system, it's like, goes right through you.
Yep.
It's all out of whack.
Totally.
Ellen, what about you? How your poop's been?
I had a normal poop today, but a couple of days I was like doing 1s and 2s, which was so bad. And the only thing I can think of is I am an asshole and broke my gluten-free streak because my boyfriend went to the farmer's market, got this sourdough bread with this like fancy farmer's market cheese, and I went to town on that shit. And it fucked me up.
Yeah.
So, no, I am back to being gluten-free. I can't eat gluten. It binds me up. It makes me feel sick.
No, I was
thought, like-
agreeing with. I was like, yes, all that was, I'm sure, fucked you up big time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
my
why I was
experience with,
testing fate.
That's my experience with pizza.
Yeah.
I have to be near a restroom if I have pizza. I had gallbladder surgery about 12 years ago.
Whoa.
So I don't have a gallbladder, which is really essential for
Yeah.
your poop
Yeah, it helps.
process. And so now if I eat pizza, I just have to make sure there's a bathroom nearby. It's not fun. It's not fun. I miss cheese, and my work requires me to work with food. So I'm like, oh, I can only taste it. I can't really eat it.
Yeah.
Blow up
Oh.
your bathroom. Yeah.
I did the other day, like a week ago, my boyfriend got some bread with his takeout food. And I was like, oh my God, I want to just have a piece of real bread. So I put it in my mouth, chewed it, and spit it out.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's brutal.
That sucks.
No,
That's like not living. Oh, that sucks.
it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I think I might be.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes
Oh,
I
yeah.
deal with the blow up.
Sometimes you gotta be like, fuck it. You know, you're like, it was delicious. I think I'm having a problem. I think I'm having a problem with ice cream lately. I think ice cream is becoming an issue. Which
You were
is,
saying that last
Yeah.
week.
I have to. I tried vegan ice cream. That wasn't that bad. But I think I'm gonna try regular ice cream again. And see if that has the same effects. But
Maybe you need to try like gelato or
I love gelato. I mean, this is very recent. Like, I've just been noticing that we've been eating ice cream, and I'm like, ooh, I don't feel so good. And that's never happened before.
What about like getting some lactate pills or something?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down that road. I mean, I should.
Well, hey, if you just want to shit your pants, it's great.
No.
for the show.
I mean, I don't want to shit my pants. I don't want to do either. Let's put it that way. I might have to just not eat ice cream again, which would be awful.
I mean, the vegan ice creams these
Yeah.
days are excellent.
No, it was tasty, but it's still. I could still like taste it, like a little bit of like it's a little off. But yes, they are very good. But I prefer the regular, just hardcore stuff.
Hey, I hope you keep eating the hardcore and shit your pants, so you have a great story. For
Yeah,
the
I mean, we'll
podcast,
see.
so.
We'll see. You know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, my shits have been. I shit twice already today. Once early in the morning, and I know why, because I've been listening to this other podcast called Taste Buds, and I've been obsessed with like different snacks now. Like all of a sudden, so I ate some cheddar cheese Chex Mix yesterday, which I haven't had that in forever. I just saw it in the aisle, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that, and I started eating it before dinner, and it was no bueno.
Oof.
Yeah, it fucking ruined me. Not to be so explicit, but yeah.
careful.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was delicious going down, but then of course at the end of the night, I'm like, oh, why did I do that? Like I just knew like going in, I'm like, why did I eat that shit? And then we had like, my wife made this like amazing, like I also do bad with fried food. She made fried fish yesterday. We have a fish share, so we had haddock. It was delicious with a nice Asian slaw she made. It was like perfect dinner. And then I think that with the Chex Mix, just I was up in the bathroom at night, like at 2:00 in the morning, just like on that squatty potty. It helped.
Like when you have chipotle, when you have chipotle, that's usually how it goes. Like, oh, it tastes so good, but I know I'm gonna pay for this later.
Oh yeah, like the second I opened that bag, I'm like, you probably shouldn't be eating this at all. But I just did.
I had Chipotle 2 weeks ago and I asked for extra beans.
Oof.
So glad I was alone that day.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm sure. It must have been just blowing the windows out. Oh boy.
My pets were very mad at me.
Oh yeah. Or they're like, "What's that wonderful smell?"
Yeah, the dog is like, delicious. Delicious. Now that we've checked in, Foxy, tell us more about yourself. Who are you besides your poo?
Who am I besides my poo? I feel like my poo defines my life, but whatever. It really does.
Then this is the right show for you.
Yeah.
I really enjoy actually your Instagram page. I thoroughly enjoy it. I've probably seen every single post, and when I forget, I'm like, oh, let me see what's going on. Poopy Podcast. I am a burlesque performer and a drag king performer. I am also a chef, so I work a lot with food.
Nice.
So I know a little bit about food. And I actually live instinctively to not sit in a toilet seat, which we'll discuss later. I have not sat on a toilet seat since I was 15 years old.
What?
Wow. You're a hoverer.
No. I have to line it up with toilet paper or something before I sit.
Ah, I see. I
Even
gotcha.
at home?
It doesn't matter where it is. It could be a brand new toilet. You will not catch my butt on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a very traumatic experience in college. High school. And so that kind of set the tone for all my bathroom adventures.
Wow.
I am so curious right now to what the heck I want.
Well, let's just go into it.
Yeah, like let's just start with this.
Here, tell us.
We could get into it.
Let's jump into it head first.
I literally, so I went to boarding school in East Africa, Uganda.
Nice.
And in Africa, we have latrines. So that means it's a hole in the ground. It's a hole in the ground, and it's a hole in the ground. And it gets drained every couple of months. This was quite disgusting. And
yes,
I had an incident where I had to go to the bathroom really late at night. And this was when they had the latrines were backed up. So I felt something crawling on my feet.
No.
And up my legs. I was like,
no.
What? That? It was maggots.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh my.
Was maggots.
No.
And
no. No.
Oh yeah. And as a result, I was so hysterical. I woke up the entire dormitory screaming because they had climbed up in me and inside me. They hadn't, but it felt like.
As anybody would. I would be screaming. Are you kidding me if I saw that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm screaming right now inside in terror.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and that's what happens when you do not clean latrines. That's what happens. So it was backed up.
Whoa.
And then what happened after that was I just couldn't use a latrine anymore without it being during the day that I could see everything. Because we didn't have electricity, no plumbing. It was not a great experience.
Oh.
So, yeah, it really changed. My mother actually complains and gets really offended when I use the bathroom. She's like, why do you have to line the toilet seats every time? I'm like, you know why. This is something that I probably should go to therapy for. But, I mean, really, I'm not going to go to therapy for my issues with pooping, so I haven't.
So wait, so did the latrine have like a proper seat to
No,
it?
it didn't.
Or was it just a pit?
It was
Like you
a
just
pit.
squat?
Yeah, it was a pit and you squat over it. But what happened was it was so dark, I didn't have a flashlight with me. So I was like making my way to the latrine. And then that happened. And it was just, that was it. Just even talking about it gives me the chills.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And this was at boarding school. So you grew up with like a proper sitting toilet before that?
Yeah, a lot of boarding schools in Africa. I mean, I'm 40. I'm going to be 40 now. I was a teenager then. did not have plumbing.
Wow.
So, you fetch your water, you poop in a hole. That's literally what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
But it was normal. But that experience completely derailed my future poop endeavors. So,
I mean, we've learned this on the podcast with having a couple of people on. Like the majority, there's a huge part of population of the world that doesn't have proper plumbing. Like, so a latrine is very normal for a lot of cultures and countries. So,
it
wasn't normal for me because I grew up in the city. But
right.
I went to boarding school as a teenager, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't flush? All right. It wasn't a big deal, but that experience was really horrible.
Oh, yeah.
When the pandemic happened, I was one of those crazy people with toilet paper. Because
you needed to lay your nest.
Yeah.
I need to lay my stuff. My stuff needs to be nice and laid and warm. And
I like how also you hear boarding school in the United States and you think of like posh, rich people, and you get sent to boarding school where you have to shit in a pit. Like,
yeah. Actually, boarding school in Africa is cheaper. Boarding school is cheaper. Yeah, it's not more expensive. It's cheaper to take your kid to boarding school than to what I'm not sure what the reference in America is, but we call them day schools, where you go to school every day and go home.
Right.
That's more expensive.
Oh, wow.
Because you have to, boarding schools are dirt cheap.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, also, it's just such a shock too, like going from like a regular toilet and you're like, wait, where are your facilities at? They're like right here in this hole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta be.
First experience. It's a little daunting, and the first experience was actually when I was much younger, because my grandmother refused to ever live in a regular house. She lived in a tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a back house where we used the bathroom, and that was my first experience.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't terrible, so I had experience throughout my childhood.
Right.
It was like solid months of living with a latrine. It was not great.
Wow.
I mean, look, I would have a complex. If that happened to me, there'd be all kinds of issues I'd have. You know what?
Yeah, we have a question. What is the worst toilet? And we've heard some people tell us some bad toilet stories, but I think you win the prize. Officially.
Well, the maggot thing is pretty bad, but I forgot her name now.
I know somebody who fell in one.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Well, we did a story about a baby that fell into basically a latrine, and this guy dove in to save the baby, and the guy died. Baby was fine.
Alive.
Baby was fine.
Died.
Yeah.
At a festival.
Yeah. Matt Frazier.
Terrible.
Tell us that.
I don't know if I'll jump in after the baby. I gotta be honest.
I mean, I'm with you. I would have been like, that's not for me. It's not my baby. I feel like it's not my baby.
Also, don't bring babies to festivals. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just stop right
How
there.
did the kid get into the latrine to be? I don't understand. How would a kid?
I don't know.
That's so strange. That's a strange story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, sorry, guy.
Yeah, I know.
Once was a hero.
Wow. So what? I was thinking, what you need is, like, when you go to like a regular like commercial building, like a bar or anything, like just like a restaurant bar, like a Home Depot, if you will. They have those like above the toilet in the back against the wall. They have that thing you pull out. It's like a little like wax, almost like not wax paper. Like it covers the whole lid.
Those.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you should get one of those for your house.
No, I used to have those, and I would line that up, but then I would have to add like 2 to 3 layers of toilet paper. So
okay, you got a whole system.
I have a whole system. My bathroom is so clean, you could eat in my bathroom. The cleanest part of my apartment, and you should interview my mom. My mom does not like how I run my bathroom, but this is the reality of having such a traumatic thing happen.
Oh my God! So you must. One last question with the whole latrine thing, with the maggots. After that happened, like, how long did it take you to go back to the bathroom again? Like, how many days?
I mean, I had no choice really, but I just never went to. I never used the bathroom again at night,
Right.
or when it was, even if it was just slightly dark, say
Right.
like around 6. I just cannot. It has to be well lit.
Yeah.
That's a
like
horror movie.
It is.
yeah, and and it has led to me now when I travel, I make sure that I don't eat the day before, so I don't have to poop during travel. I do not use airplane toilets. I do not use bus toilets. I do not use any public toilets. During gigs, I do, but even that, it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be really,
Like emergency.
an emergency. I'd rather hold it till I get home.
That's also like everybody's worst toilet story is something that they only saw once. This was something you lived with for years. Like you lived with having to go in a latrine for the whole time you were in high school.
Yeah, that's about 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Of that. I
That was-
hate latrines.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think if I had to go really badly and I saw that, I think I might be like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold this in, just a little bit longer,
Pants right now.
just a little bit longer, because I don't know if I could do this. But if you gotta go, you gotta go.
I was really worried when I was pregnant because, I was in a hospital or whatever, but they did tell us you might poop when you give birth.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Really? Oh man, I did not want to. That's my worst nightmare. And they didn't understand. I was like, you don't understand. I have this thing about poop and toilets, and you're saying I'm gonna shit myself. It was horrible. So I tried not to shit myself, and in fact, I ended up, which is impossible because you're pushing out a baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So everything, including your sphincter muscles, are like, ooh.
Yeah.
And my
If you're
mom-
pushing out a child, you're going to be pushing out some turds too.
Listen, and not little turds, a lot of it, because they sometimes they will wash the baby, and so what happens sometimes is you will poop internally, and your baby will ingest your poop.
Oh my
yeah.
God. Yeah.
This actually happens.
Yeah.
And
We.
so I was so deathly afraid of that. Yeah, it didn't happen though, thankfully.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we interviewed Kukula who said that happened,
Yeah.
and you can die from that.
It's like a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had. Yeah.
Like if it
The whole
doesn't come
entire
out like
process.
as soon as possible, you can everybody can get sick and die.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so scary.
That's rough. Oh my God.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm good on that front.
I
mean,
really
if-
support that.
If I get pregnant, you guys, I'm gonna be pretty famous. Let's just put it that way.
You'll be rich because
Yeah, there'll be all kinds of weird shit going on with me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would be like, this is what the hell's going on? What?
Months ago when we were talking about booking you for this show, you said something about you had your ex liked
Oh,
poop.
yeah.
I would love to know this story.
So, full disclosure, I did mention, I told him I might talk about it and how he felt about it. He was like, whatever.
So you got permission.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I had to, but also I've talked about this openly, and it's like it's a topic we don't really discuss in my family because, again, my mother
Yeah.
sold the book. Like a coffee table book. I mean, but this person had a fetish for poop. I had no idea. Kind of like the 2-cup. What is it?
Oh, 2 girls, 1 cup.
Girls,
Two
yeah.
girls, 1 cup. Yeah.
Situation. I had no idea. I'll be honest. Had I known, I probably would have never dated them. But
Shit.
I happened to catch them one time, like going to town on themselves and just watching poop videos. And I was like, I hope you don't want me to ever do that because I'm never doing that ever. And
Talking about opposites that attract.
yeah, it was. I was like, why is this poop situation following me? I don't get it. And what happened was, my mom came to visit.
Oh no.
And I knew this book existed, and I maybe glanced at it once or twice, but it's a Japanese book. I think, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the Japanese are very much into this.
Yes.
Some folks are very much, and these books are just sold,
Yeah, no.
The bookstore is front and center.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's a whole book. There's probably a whole book signing. They had all.
probably. I wish. You know what? I should have found out the name of the book, and I will and get it to you. But it was in Japanese, and it was just folks pooping and different kinds of poop, which are rated based on the consistency or whatever.
Oh my God.
My mom,
Which we do that on this show, so we should not be like completely yucking people's yums. But I don't want to see a full book of it.
Yeah, we're just talking about the consistency, not like we're not smearing it on each other. You know what I mean? Like we're clinical. This is like more like there's a huge difference.
You're not like, oh my God, I can't wait to get home and watch my poop corn.
Oh no.
It's not enticing, it's not exciting, it's not, but for some people it is, and I respect that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck with this dude, whatever.
Was it was the pictures pornographic or was it just poop? Was it more clinical?
Oh, no, it was pornographic. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I just assume that.
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There are people who have jerked off to anatomy books, and
I get it.
Who need
in my mind, I just heard that book, and I'm like, oh, that's straight up porn with shit.
Yeah.
But so wait, sorry, I kept cutting you off. So your mother can visit, and I'm assuming she found this book.
She came to visit, and I guess mom's snooping around. She's always snooping, and she happened to snoop and found this book, and she said, "What is this? What is this?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And then she shows me the book. To me, it wasn't a surprise. I'd seen it before.
Right.
Actually, and I'm like, "Did you actually peruse through this book?" And she did, and she was so mortified. And I think it changed the way she thought of him from that moment on.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, but it was. I was like, dude, you gotta put this away from the rest of the coffee table books. Like,
he's like, I'm proud of this book.
Yeah, but we didn't really get a lot of visitors at the time, and my mom happened to be visiting. It was an off chance, but I just remember I remember thinking, she must think I'm such a deviant right now.
I'm sure she did.
I can't explain this, but I can only say, look, everybody has a right to like and love what they love, and this is what she likes. It's fine. Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine having that conversation with my mother.
Oh, we've had plenty unrelated, but when I gave birth, my mother came to help, and so she snooped through my closet and my cabinets and whatnot. And because she thinks she's helping to clean.
Yeah, right.
Clean,
yeah.
Get ready for the baby. And she found my toys.
Oh, shit.
And put them in a bag. My
Yeah.
partner toys. And then wanted to throw them away, but wanted to ask me permission to throw them. I was like, no, Mom, this is essential. Just because I have this is not good.
Yeah, I need this.
We need this. This, sex toys are great. And
this shit's expensive. Don't throw that shit out. Are you crazy?
Right. I was like, maybe you need to go with me to Disneyland, and I'll help you pick out a few things.
Yeah, might help you. You will be less Snoopy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Less Snoopy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my mom's gonna kill me.
If your mom listens to this show, this is gonna be.
Oh, she listens and watches everything I've been interviewed in. So yes, she has to. I want her to. We're very open.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Mom, what Foxy is doing is completely healthy. So,
yeah, and those are expensive. So unless you want to chip in,
and I do think it's essential. Last year, when the pandemic hit off, there was like an Amazon worker who was annoyed about. He's like, "I'm okay with shipping essential stuff, but dildos," and I wanted to be like, "Bitch, you don't know. People need their sex toys when they're locked in their house."
You absolutely do. And if you live alone, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to have some kind of you got manual and you got automatic, you want a choice.
I feel like you get carpal tunnel with
exactly.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're walking around with like
realize it's hard work.
That'd be hilarious, like walking around with like a wrist brace. Like, what happened? Just some. Were you playing tennis or something?
Masturbation should be vacation. It shouldn't be work. You know?
I like that. Masturbation.
You're just sitting there going like, oh, I gotta do this thing. Oh, again. God damn it.
It's self-care,
Real quick.
You don't do a self-care day where you're like massaging yourself.
Yeah, it should be like it should be a fun thing.
I wonder how people who are into the poop thing, though, deal with it during quarantine. How did people do that?
I don't know.
I thought about that, actually, for quite some time.
Ironically, I don't think about that at all.
I photographed a dominatrix last week, and we were talking about some of her guys, some of her fans, and one guy was like, I need you to mail me a sissy kit where like it was all the stuff she wanted to dress him up to make him a little sissy boy. And one of the things he wanted in it was a vial of her saliva. So because he wanted to be able to spit in his mouth during quarantine. And when she went to the post office, she was mailing this to Canada. The post office was asking her all these things like, what is in here? What are you shipping? What is this? And she was like, it's a vial of perfume.
Oh my God.
She didn't admit that it was
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, at least it wasn't shit. I mean, like, Fox was asking about the shit people. People. Like, they're probably like, they're like, I need it. I need that. I need my fix. I'd be like, look, you're gonna have to wait, buddy, like everybody else.
Look.
I have a quick question though, with a follow up with the ex that was into all this stuff. So you said you saw him, doing his thing to like, scat play or whatever. Like that's how you found out about it, basically?
No.
Okay.
I knew he was into, some
weird shit,
odd things here and there. But I'm a weird person, so
right.
That was kind of attractive to me at some point. Like, oh, you're weird? I like you even more. And but I just was afraid that I would have to start participating.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
I was like, no.
So I'm always curious about people that are into that, like when they sort of dole that out, like, when they're with somebody, they're like, is it a month? Like just dive right in, like, look, you should know there's a couple things about me. Or is it like
he was leaving the book out?
Yeah, he's just like leaving the hints.
Hopefully.
Yeah, the book. And I think his friends who are all artistic types knew about this and were aware. So it wasn't a shock to me, to be honest. It wasn't a shock to me. It was more like, cool. That's great for you. I'm just not going to do that at all. And it was, it's hard because I'm sure I was into stuff that I'm into some weird crap. So I get it. And I didn't want to take away from.
Yeah. No, that's super thoughtful.
Yeah.
I wish I was that involved.
No, that's why I always say we never yuck anybody's yum on here. Like you don't want to. We have dark places of our mind that we get turned on, and we shouldn't, like, as long as it's consensual and you're not harming anybody, like it should be totally fair game. But it is interesting that somebody who needs to lay a nest every time they touch a toilet seat gets together with somebody who wants to be a personal toilet.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I did ask, have you ever done this? Have you ever had somebody like this? And the response was, no, just enjoys watching it, not necessarily having it done, and it's like, okay, cool.
I mean, I love watching gay porn, and I'm not a man, so.
Same. There's a lot of people, listen, and I think that's the problem, there's some things, I don't know what to call it. I said earlier that I was afraid my mom would think I'm a deviant, because I don't want, it's not a deviancy, it's just a preference, Yeah. It's,
No, it's your fantasy does not have to be your reality.
Exactly. And even if it is, that's totally okay. I just know, like, I don't even like looking at my own poop, so I mean, changing my dirt was really hard.
Oh God, that must have been. I can't imagine that. I mean, think about that.
God.
That must have been like. I just imagine you set some kind of world record. This kid knows how to wipe their own butt at the age of like 1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How old's your baby? It's 6 months old.
I trained her very early.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot, you know. And then there's the explosive. I don't know if you have friends who've got kids. If you go to restaurants, sometimes I don't know why, but babies love to poop at restaurants, and it's just like explosive diarrhea everywhere. It's not diarrhea. It's just normal. It's how they poop. And you know, for a long time, again, because poop really is excuse me, a big part of my life. I was always afraid of that. And you can't say, oh hey, you can't poop. Kids poop when they want to poop.
Yeah.
Like, wait till we
Especially
get home.
little babies, it just falls out of them.
They have no control.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Exactly, it falls out of them. That's the perfect description. Literally. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's oof. That must have been like,
rough.
that must have been when the whole baby thing entered the picture. You must have been like, this is gonna be, we got to wrap this thing up. This kid's gotta get like
Also,
trained quick.
I think at the time I remember thinking, and you know what? Speaking of which, in Africa, I was this is before the whole latrine situation. I'm the eldest, so in Africa at the time we didn't use diapers, and my younger sisters had the cloth nappies. Oh, it was my responsibility to wash the cloth nappies.
Oh
no!
So, and I was like a teenager, so let me tell you, when I say poop has really been a big part of my life, it really has.
I mean,
it's so funny too how much you hate it, but it's like surrounding you to the point where you're like, I'll go on the podcast. Like,
I've done poop-based acts. I'm creating one now, actually. Oh man, I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I bought one of those huge. They had them discounted during the pandemic, like the plushy poop. That's similar to your
the emoji
logo. The emoji, yes. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it into a headpiece.
Oh, cool.
And then have a brown. Listen, my mind is going places with this. It's crazy. I was so excited to receive the stickers you sent because I want to do something with them. I've kept them, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to use them somehow.
That was great.
And I was like, I hate poop, but I also love creating acts around the butt and poop. So
I'm just laughing.
I will let you know.
Please, we want to see it. Hopefully, we can see it in person at some point.
It's for a show. Somebody's doing a show about. What's the show about? It's in June. It's a show about
shit.
No, it's not about shit. My act is about shit.
No.
But I'm trying to. Gosh, there's so many shows. I have to. It's a show that's specifically about OCD. People with OCD, and that's my OCD.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
Toilets, bathrooms. So it's like perfect. I'll do it.
Oh, nice.
So I just got to get some brown rhinestones and make that poopy headpiece sparkly and shit. No pun intended.
I am cracking up inside because I'm just picturing just listen to this interview. It's been going great. And I'm just picturing your mom listening to this, just like laughing my ass off. Oh, this is so great.
You know what I will do? I'll probably have my dad or somebody record her.
Oh my God. Please.
He's going to.
Oh my God, please. Mom, look. We just. Oh my goodness.
Foxy, can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of toilet paper do you use to surround your toilet when you poop? And do you put it on the roll over or under?
Roll over is this, like, it comes
it's cascading
from
towards you? Yeah. Or under would be coming.
Under.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm an under.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this might surprise you, but I really like cheap single ply toilet paper.
Well, if you're using so much,
me too.
It's probably the best.
Yeah.
Also, the double. I had like I said, lots of poop situations, poop stories, and I had a situation where I used double ply, I think Charming or something, and it blocked the toilet.
Oh,
so
yeah.
some of the septic systems do not do well.
Yeah.
Like old septic systems where I live is an old apartment. So, and the landlord can say, did you use Charmin or like, but, you know, and it was the one time my mom went to Costco, she's like, because my mom's thing is we got to get Henrietta toilet paper when we visit. It's the thing they bring. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
They know. Like if you're my friend, that's all you gotta give me. Coupons and coupons and coupons of toilet paper. So single ply. I really like single ply.
Oh my God. I just completely flaked. When we first started this show, Ellen got those toilet little cozy things for the lid. Did you get those for us?
Yeah, for our double deuce party.
So that's what I was just thinking. You should get that.
Oh,
to
I'll
sit
send you
on.
the link.
Oh my God.
Oh, please do. That sounds amazing.
They're basically like a terry cloth cover for your toilet seat that's washable.
Yeah, they're washable.
Oh my goodness.
But
I would be down for that.
Because of the elastic and everything, it makes the whole part a lot smaller, so you might have to adjust that somehow. But it's hilarious. Like when you see it, you're gonna laugh your ass off. It's like
okay.
I tried it a couple
It's
times.
basically like a washcloth that will fit around your toilet seat.
There you go.
I would be very happy to.
It's like a condom for your toilet.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
God knows I need it.
It's a little plushy, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about comfort. It's your butt's not actually touching the lid, so I think it'd be good for the rim.
Yeah, they're called bathroom stretchable toilet seat cover pads for winter, so it keeps your toilet warm.
Well, if you see, I mean, I would send you a picture of how I layer my toilet. It's really intricate, and I'm not sure if this is a good or a bad thing, but my daughter has grown up watching me do this, so now she does it everywhere she goes. So I'm like, maybe I need to not damage this child with this routine. But yeah, she'll sit on a toilet seat, but when she goes, if we're in a public space and she needs to use the bathroom, she already knows. I don't even have to say anything. Mommy, let's line it up. I'm like, that's right.
I mean, I will admit, my father, when I was growing up, every time I went to a public bathroom, he laid the nest all the time for me. So I grew up that same thing in public.
I do it at a
in public
bathroom.
places all the time for sure. I can't be risking my ass hitting that rim. Oh
yeah, I don't know why anyone would, honestly. But there's some people that I've seen. I'm like, I actually broke up with somebody. Oh my God! See, now I'm remembering. Somebody because I went to use their toilet and they were like, I guess it was skid marks on the toilet. I'm like, dude, did you like drag yourself? And I just had to dash out of there. I was like, oh, you know what? I've got an appointment. I forgot. And that was it. And I couldn't tell him. I couldn't say, hey.
On the seat?
Yeah, it was like dried. It was clearly.
Oh.
It was kind of like. It was my first time at his place. Oh my God. Yeah. See, it's like he never cleaned it, but it was like a spot that it seemed as if, you know how the toilet, so this is the toilet seat, right? Like you sit, so your legs are over here. This spot here.
It's on the side.
Had like weird marks. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. And
Hell to the no, no, no. Come on. Hell no. To the no, no.
Sorry, that is just like unacceptable.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I've had some terrible instances myself. I was desperate to get some one time and I had a stomachache and I ignored it and I shot on myself at the restaurant. And I didn't say anything. I just went to the bathroom. I cleaned up really quickly.
And then you went back to dinner.
I went back to dinner. And then we went and had fun. But the whole time, screaming bloody murder. It was just like, sex can't be so important.
It was what? I missed that last part. What'd you say? It was what?
I said, sex cannot be this important that
I
need to shut myself and then clean up and then go back to this place and get busy. So have my stomach really hurt me, you know. I was having like a food poisoning or something. I don't know.
Oh,
You know, it's funny, Foxy, you're not our first guest who shot themselves during a date, cleaned up. But the other person we spoke to, Jessa, she did go home with the guy, and we think she said they were drunk, but she thinks he ate out her butthole.
oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, that's not. Oh my goodness. I hope
Something.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah.
it's good. I mean, you've answered a lot of our questions by just your stories. Like we usually ask, would you shit your pants or shit on the floor? And it sounds like you will do it in your pants.
I mean,
I mean, I was sitting there eating this burger, and then I thought I was farting. Like I'm gonna let out this lot of people are not gonna know, and I fart, and I'm like, ooh, that feels wet, and
really wet.
and I was wearing jeans, which is even worse. So
Oof.
I went to the bathroom, I washed my jeans, I put them right back on, threw my panties in the trash bin. This was actually in Greenpoint. I remember the restaurant. Oh my God.
Oh, I live in Greenpoint.
Sorry. I feel so sorry for those folks. Because I just threw the underwear in the trash bin in the toilet. And then I don't know what, I remember what it was. I hadn't had sex in so long. And I was like, this is not going to stop me. Basically, was what happened. And
I like it. You're on a mission.
yeah. Yeah. I have also done it on the floor.
Oh, tell us about that.
But that was, and I almost died actually. I was,
Oh my God.
I drank something, like we usually drink a lot of the water. Something was happening with the water in my boarding school. And in fact, they had to sneak me out because the school would not call my parents. So like, it's just diarrhea. But my friends were like, this is not just diarrhea. She's losing weight. I lost like 5 to 6 pounds.
Oh
in
my
1 week.
God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You were
and I
totally
was
dehydrated.
I was so dehydrated. I was shitting everywhere, literally everywhere. Oh my God. And then my friends called my dad, and my dad had somebody come they literally sneaked me out of school.
Wow.
Oh my God.
But this is Africa where there's no accountability for, if something happens to your kid. But yeah, so I've shot on the floor. Yep. Yeah. I think I've done it both. Pants on the floor. Yeah.
I'm just imagining like you're at that restaurant and you're eating the burger and you're like, I'm not gonna get these jeans messy. You just like drop trout right there. They're like, excuse me, ma'am.
It was horrible. And it was not a good experience. I did get free food and free drinks, but I don't know how much
But you didn't get the
that is
dick.
worth. No, I did. I said I did, but remember I said, so we went back to his place. I cleaned up in the bathroom, and then we went back to his place, and I was like, you know what? It was summer. I was like, it's really hot. I just need a shower. Like, can I take a shower?
Nice.
So,
Smooth.
I mean, I knew what
Sexy
had happened.
moves.
I knew what had happened, and I took a shower, and my stomach was still, in knots. And we just,
Did it.
went to town.
Did the deal.
But the entire time, my stomach is like, it's painful.
I mean,
It was really,
Sex-
it was kind of like desperation.
sex is a powerful motivator. I feel like you can. It's like when you're like an athlete, like a top tier level athlete. You're like, you know what? I just got to get in this zone. We got to win this game.
This was early 30s. I was being very frisky. I was like in my prime. I was like, nothing's gonna stop me, And it was not a great experience, but I don't regret it. I'll be honest.
Well, I'm glad you don't, because that was a great story. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm glad you liked
It
it.
was great.
Oh, I thought that pooping your pants and after the food, you were like, I got to go home now. But no, you followed through. That's
Yeah, I like it.
I did.
I love it when a plan comes together.
And then had lots of toast after because,
Gotta
because like
soak
if
it
I
up.
sleep, if I'm gonna sleep over, geez, I don't want to mess this man's bed. But,
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'd be a whole
Yeah.
other story.
yeah,
That actually segues
I
really.
wonder if he knows. anything happen. I never mentioned it.
He knows now. That's an awesome segue into the other question Ellen usually asks about what are your cures for diarrhea and everything. Well,
If you have really bad diarrhea, what are your cures?
Oh, definitely rice, toast, bananas. I hate bananas though, but
The
they
brat.
always help. Yeah, absolutely.
diet.
Also, surprisingly, beer.
Oh.
Really?
Beer. I think it's the yeast in the beer or something, but it's a little trick I learned from a friend. She was like, "Look, you've had a hard night of drinking, and the next day you're like, just have a beer."
Interesting.
And it does help.
A little
Yeah.
hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Yes, little hair of the dog. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, that's I guess that's, I don't know if that's a Western term or if it's common everywhere else, but I heard that for the first time here in America when I moved here. But yes, I suppose the hair of the dog, and just a little bit, not a lot. And I think it's the yeast or the happiness in the beer. I don't know.
Interesting.
Something about the beer. Yeah.
I've never heard that one. That's a good one, though.
And it has worked. I'm like,
good.
oh, gotta go get some Modelo. Yeah.
That's like when we interviewed Commodore and he said the only thing that helps him was like burgers.
Yeah, burgers.
Yeah, he needed like a greasy burger.
Yeah.
And that helped his stomach issues.
I'm always
interesting.
I'm always like, yeah, because I've heard friends of mine that like when they get like really hungover or like maybe not for diarrhea, but like when they're like just really a pounding night of drinking, and then they eat greasy food the next day, and I'm like, I feel like that would make it worse, but I guess for some people it does really help. So
Yep.
whatever works, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's very odd. I think that you're right. I think that would make it worse. But I have heard that you have something really greasy, and apparently it counteracts whatever's happening with your freaking belly juices. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh my God. Well, you have been knocking these stories out of the park. My God. I'm like still thinking
I
about
know,
that.
I'm like looking over our normal questions and I was like, well, she already answered that. She
Yeah,
already
literally.
answered that. She already answered
Like-
that.
Every question was like a story. Before we even asked you the
so
question.
many.
Prepared.
Yeah, you were
But
like,
if you want to tell us anything else.
Let me see. Another poop story. Oh, when I gave birth, after I gave birth, I didn't poop for almost 2 weeks.
oh shit.
Literally.
2 weeks?
14 days.
Wow.
And it was because I was severely constipated and I didn't have enough milk production, and I didn't quite have an appetite, and it was really horrible. And I remember calling my doctor because I'd had an episiotomy. You know what that is? Okay. You know what an episiotomy is when they have to make an incision down there
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
you could. So
Because it's too tight.
Oof.
I mean, I suppose, but it was her head was too big. Let's put it that way. Her head was too big, and it was an issue. And I was really confused as to why I could not use the bathroom. And I did call my doctor 3 days, and they're like, "Look, you gotta go. If you don't go, you have to come to the ER." And what they do is they don't even give you a laxative. They actually have a method that they use their hand to like help you.
Oh shit.
use the
Wow.
bathroom.
Wait.
I was like, hell no, not happening. Up your butt.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems very aggressive.
Yeah, but they don't give you a laxative. I'm not sure if it's because it was breastfeeding or something, but this is exactly what the doctor said to me. I'm like, is this, I'm like, this dude is crazy. Hell no. So I took ibuprofen because somebody said take ibuprofen and then just go. When you feel it, go. But the pain, it feels like you're being ripped apart because the stitches were still so fresh.
Oh my God.
So I researched, and I happened to read a whole bunch of mom blogs. Oh my, that was so brutal. And somebody had a tip to get derma spray. Derma spray is the numbing spray.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, all you got to do, since you can't take laxatives, just spray yourself down there between where the stitches are and your butthole, and then just go to town. And that's exactly what I did.
Oof.
And I always tell all my friends, and I didn't feel a thing.
Oh,
So
that's
basically,
good.
I was numb I was numb down there, and this is the only way I could go. But that was 2 weeks of being backed up. It was horrible.
That sounds like a nightmare. Oof.
Oh, I feel for you.
Ooh, yeah.
Terrible.
That is.
Yeah, it happens quite. It's actually more common than a lot of people would like to talk about. But everybody talks about how pregnancies are beautiful, it's lovely, it's fun. It's lying. That shit is not fun.
That's the
Which
dark
is why I've
side.
done it once and I'm not doing it again.
Yeah. It's very natural, but so is poop. So is everything like that. So.
Yeah, shit sounds painful. Sounds very painful.
Yeah. But it was, it was fine. So if you're ever having pain and you can't go, just get derma spray and spray that shit. No pun intended again.
Good to know.
Spray it.
I wonder if that'll work for like fissures too.
Maybe.
Because I've had a fissure.
It might. I mean, let's put it this way. I am not eager to do anything because of my experiences.
Yeah.
With poop.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'd love to, but I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah, like
It's gonna have to take me vanilla.
Well, that's yeah. That spray's a good hack. So maybe that'll work for somebody out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know, but it was a very weird. Yeah, I mean, I think that was an okay experience. But 2 weeks not pooping feels like you have stones in your stomach.
Oh yeah, yes. I've been there. Not 2 weeks, but a week.
Oh, you have?
Well, I've not pooped for like a week
so
once.
Know.
Like a week. I've gone 7 days. Not 2 weeks, but yeah, it's brutal. Like when you finally go, it's just like what the fuck. So yeah, been there.
And then after that, it's like free flowing. It's like every couple minutes, which was wonderful.
It's like you have to break the dam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But it's dangerous. You could die from it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We've done stories on that. People have almost died or like almost lost.
6 weeks is the most amount of time you can go without shitting before you die.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So I don't like going 24 hours.
Yeah. Let alone 6 weeks.
If I haven't 24 hours, I'm freaked out.
I mean, 6 weeks would be like, I don't even know how you'd be like just how you'd even be alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty gross.
I feel like I've trained my body to go first thing in the morning every day. And if I don't go in the morning, I will not shower until I go because I can't. I'm one of those people who has to be showered right after.
Yeah.
I hate the bidet system. I know it's great, but I hate it.
Oh, I love
bidet?
it.
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I know a lot of people do, including some people that I know very well. And I didn't have a bidet. Oh, this is a good story. I don't have a bidet system, and somebody who only uses bidet systems visited me, and I went to use the bathroom. They used the bathroom. They were hanging out. And I go to use the bathroom mid-conversation or something, and there's water everywhere. I'm like, why is there water everywhere? So I'm like, yo, dude, what happened? You just like splash water everywhere while washing your hands? No, you don't have a bidet. So they washed their ass in my freaking sink.
Oh.
I was like, are you serious? Really? And they know they can't use my toilet. They can't use my bathroom anymore. They got to go somewhere else. So,
you're like, gotta burn this place down. I'm done.
I disinfected. It was like a crime scene. Like, so I'm like, why is there splashes of water everywhere? I don't understand.
It's all ass juice.
Feel in my yes, exactly. It was disgusting.
Ooh,
yeah,
terrible.
Well, that's another great one. Ooh, banging. These are all bangers. Well, we've been.
Look, I could write an entire book about my poop experiences.
I mean, you should, because you got some good ones.
I actually just emailed our friend of the show, Dr. Fong, because I have a theory, and hear me out. A lot of people need coffee to shit. But what I understand what coffee does to the system is it's not the caffeine that we really like. The caffeine adheres to our adrenaline, and our adrenaline goes up. And so when your adrenaline goes up, if you're scared or it's like fight or flight, a lot of people shit with the adrenaline. So I'm wondering if it's not the coffee that makes you poop, but the coffee sets off the adrenaline, which makes you poop. So I emailed our butt doctor friend to see if my theory could be somewhere on, like, I was just curious, like, why is it that coffee is like a trigger, you know?
I don't know, but that's a good one.
That could be, actually, that sounds about right. Because I personally, when I'm constipated, when I need to go, I just have black coffee. I don't like coffee. I mean, I love coffee, but I don't like black coffee. The black coffee runs right through me within half an hour.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I don't take laxatives. I try to avoid medication. And that to me seems like the best possible. Oh my gosh. I just remembered something, if I could mention it.
Sure.
Yeah.
When babies are constipated, they tell you to put your finger in their butt to help them go.
Ugh.
Oh
So
my
did you
God.
have to do that with your kid?
I did a couple of times.
Oh.
Did you put a glove on?
Hard. Yes. And just go help them
Yeah.
get it out.
Oh.
Because they can't have laxatives, they can't have anything, and that's the only way to do it.
I'm dying to know what is in laxatives that can fuck up a new mother and a baby. Like, what is it that is not good?
I'm not sure what it is, but it's the same thing with medication. They don't advise you when you're breastfeeding, because she was just a couple of days old. They didn't want me to take any medication unless it was prescribed by a doctor. So even over the counter, like Tylenol or anything, is
Wow.
because I guess it's just trying to get the baby as much natural nutrients as possible from the best breast milk, and anything you consume, like alcohol, although I did have a glass of wine here and there,
I'm sure.
will, you know, like in Africa, women are drinking alcohol while pregnant. I mean, not crazy. I'm not like having shots while pregnant.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know, there's the correlation between substances, drugs, pills, alcohol. Apparently it affects the body chemistry of a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a little news story, and then we'll get you out of here. So here we go. Okay, so this, I'm gonna move this screen over here. This, I saw some Popular Science on Instagram actually. This fossilized butthole gives us a rare window into the dinosaur sex. The cloaca is a holy grail to understanding prehistoric copulation. So apparently dinosaurs had this thing called a cloaca, which is basically, for those who aren't familiar, is an opening common to a non-mammalian and a few mammalian vertebrates that operates as a sort of one-size-fits-all funnel for sex, pooping, urination, and reproduction. So it's just like
a birds have cloacas.
Yeah. Oh, it's cloacas. Oh, I thought it was cloacas. This says cloaca. Oh, there we go. Cloaca. There we go.
Yeah, I listen to a science podcast and they talk about cloacas all the time.
Oh, well, this is pretty funny. Not funny, but it's like amazing as far as like this whole thing with dinosaurs. They just found a fully fossilized one. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's just like.
Where did they find it?
Somewhere in China. Province in China. Yeah, it's 120 million year old.
Like how they thought dinosaurs were lizards and now they're thinking they're more birds.
Yeah.
That clarifies it even more with a cloaca.
Yeah, the dinosaur owner of this particular cloaca is approximately 120 million year old. Psittacosaurus. I can't even pronounce that. Hailing from what is now the Luoyang. I can't pronounce it either. It's a province in northern China where they found this. So it's about the size of a Labrador, they say.
Wow.
Surprisingly cute for a dinosaur. Scaly skin, horns, etc. With an ET-like face. But yeah, they found one, and like they're just kind of figuring out, like, I like the sort of all-in-one hole.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty amazing. And they were saying the shape and the color of the tissue that's preserved suggests that these animals might have both been used for odor and visual signals to interact with other members of their species as well. So it's kind of like a mating call possibly, or like a, get the fuck away from me. It's like an alarm / aphrodisiac. I mean, it seems like it's all in one whole, like I said. So very cool science stuff.
Kind of like skanks with when they want to protect the territory, right? Don't they?
Oh yeah.
Like fart.
Yeah. They sort of spray, but yeah, it's amazing. So they found one of these things, and it's a short story, but I'm just kind of like into the whole idea of it. They're basically studying it to see like how they use it for sex.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the co-author, they said there's a lot of similarities with crocodile cloacas as well.
Oh.
So that's this woman.
Interesting.
This woman, Diane Kelly, an expert in evolution copulatory systems, told the New York Times. So they're just kind of like studying it and sort of comparing, which it makes sense. I mean, crocodiles and alligators are like basically dinosaurs. Not as big, but they're descendants of.
No, but they also think that dinosaurs are from birds too. So it's
I meant prehistoric.
Crossover.
But I meant like prehistoric, like.
Oh.
That's what I meant. Not like the same ancestor, but like just more like they're. If you look at a crocodile, I imagine you can imagine, that's what some dinosaurs kind of had, that sort of same shape and look. Like the megalodon, is that the thing? The giant crocodile thing that swam? So yeah. But anyway, I thought it was really funny. I mean, mainly I got it for the title of this article. Fossilized butthole. But yeah, interesting stuff. Very cool. So check it out. It's a
year-old butthole.
Yeah. Popular Science, Ellie Chiquette, January 2021. So kind of recent article, but good.
Wow.
Anyway, Uncle Freak, Foxy Belle Afriq, whatever how you spin it, you were fantastic. Thanks for being on our show. You're amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And
I was looking forward to this all week. I was like, I can't wait.
Nice. Well, you delivered. You were great. And with that, please tell our listeners where they can find you.
Well, if you follow me on Instagram at Foxy Belle Afriq, Foxy FoxyBelleAfriq, you can find where I am virtually and also now live. Yeah, but I'm very excited to have done this interview. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thanks for being on, and thank you for also being a part of Nights of 100 Buttholes.
Yeah.
Your booty song was fantastic.
Yeah, you were great. You were hilarious. It was so much fun. Thanks for laughing and learning with us.
And happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect 4 Entertainment, produced by Dave and Ellen, with executive producer Stormy Leather, edited by me, Dave.
For more information, go to heypoopypodcast.com for episodes, merch, and more. Follow us on Instagram at Hey Poopy Podcast and Twitter at Hey Poopy. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy.